The following video contains language that may be inappropriate for young viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to Behind the Bars, where we bring the unseen and the unheard stories from the depths of the prison system to the forefront. I'm your host, Jason Boss, and together we'll explore the madness, the chaos, and the harsh realities hidden behind the steel doors of prisons worldwide. From the local jailhouse to death row across the world, we'll show you the isolation, the seclusion, and the decades spent enduring unimaginable conditions. These are the stories of survival, struggle, and humanity in places most of us will never see. We're here to shine a light on what society often forgets, the voices of the incarcerated. Each story is real, each voice is authentic, and every moment reveals the raw, unfiltered truth of life behind the bars. Join me for a journey like no other, a journey into the darkness, the truth, and the resilience of the human spirit. This is Behind the Bars, real life, real stories. Today we step into the life of a man who hasn't felt the warmth of a hug since before 1998. A man who has endured the crushing weight of solitary confinement for over 25 years. A life stripped of family, stripped of support, and stripped of hope. This is the story of Felix Rocha, a name that echoes the fate of so many others awaiting their final moments on death row. Convicted of a double brutal homicide in the late 1990s, Felix has spent more than 2 decades locked away in isolation. Because of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice's incredible isolation techniques, Felix's voice cannot be heard directly. Instead, his story will be told through the words of a letter he sent in reply to my request. A request to share his life, his struggles, and his truth. His response is what I bring to you today, here on Behind the Bars.
Salom, my friend. Hello. How are you? I hope you and your family are doing well. I received your last message, and I understand what you said about writing my story. But honestly, I don't like remembering my life anymore. After 28 years in here, I feel like my story is one of being forgiven by nobody. It's a story where people think they can fix your life with just prayers and postcards on your birthday. A story where prayers don't buy you anything from the prison store. A story where you have to depend on someone just to get a simple pair of shoes. It's a story where your own family turns their back on you because, to them, you're already dead. A story where you feel like nobody can really help you in this situation. If I'm being realistic, I wonder, if there is a God, can he even do anything for me? Sometimes I want to believe in God, but after so many years in the same cage, with nothing changing, it's hard. I know more prisoners in here than I do my own family. And yeah, I get letters from people saying they care and love me, but I know most of the time it's just nice words. They think those words help, but they don't. I can't count how many times I've gone to sleep feeling empty. I think about how life in here would be easier if someone could just help with a little money every month, without me having to beg or kiss their ass every time I need something. I never do that. I hate asking for anything. Nobody owes me anything, I know that. I can't stand the hypocrisy. Every time someone says something nice, I don't believe it anymore. I've learned not to trust anyone. I'm on my own in this. Even my lawyers have shown me that. They say they're here to help, but most of the time, they don't even spend enough to buy me a bottle of water during visits. I've learned to tell them, if you visit, bring some money so you can buy food and water. If you can't do that, don't bother coming. If they won't spend money on something as small as that, how can I believe they'll fight to save my life? To them, I'm just another client. This is a story where I've learned not to believe in people. A story where I live day by day, losing interest in this life. I'm like an animal in a cage. A dog lives a better life than I do. People expect me to be a good person, but how can I be when I've spent years in here with no chance for rehabilitation? Every day, I face the same thing. Every day feels like a visit to hell. This is a story where I live without hope. I lie to myself just to pretend there's hope because thinking my life is over is too much to bear. Tell me, how can someone move forward when they're on death row? Do you think there's hope? Is God going to fix everything? Is God going to give my lawyer the money to do a better job? Because in this life, nothing happens without money. I know people say, "But this, but that," trying to prepare me for heaven. But I still don't understand this life. How can I focus on heaven or the next life when I don't even understand the one I'm living now? Is there a worse place than this? If hell exists, it can't be much worse. I'm tired now. I'm going to sleep. Smile if you can. Do we care? I don't know.